Hi, how's everybody doing? It's Crazy Monkey here again, another blog update. So this blog update, I'm just going to talk about what's basically happening in the United States right now. And it's the exact same in Europe, Canada, Australia, the entire planet basically. And then I'm going to go hiking and I'm going to make another blog update in the mountains. I'm headed hiking in about 30 minutes, so I'll make another blog update. But this blog update, I want to talk about socialism and how the ruling elites, the liberal, leftist, billionaire ruling elites, they want to create a socialist, capitalist, hybrid system similar to China. And they want to do this worldwide. They want to have an authoritarian government, worldwide authoritarian government like in China, and then they want to have mass poverty at the bottom, a massive slave labor underclass at the bottom, and then they are going to be the filthy rich, liberal, leftist, socialist elites at the top. That's their system. Look to California, folks. Look to California. What do you see in California? You got the liberal leftist elites along the coast living in their $2 million, $3 million, multi-million-dollar houses, and then meanwhile, most people can't afford a house. Most of the illegals that are going into California, they'll never own a house because the house prices are so astronomical. The middle class is collapsing in California. The middle class is fleeing the state. The middle class, they'll have children. Let's say once those children are 21 years old, they realize they cannot afford a house in LA, San Francisco, so they'll leave and they'll go to Las Vegas, or they'll go to Salt Lake City, or they'll go to other places where they can afford a house. That's happening. The middle class is exiting out of California by thousands because housing prices are so high. And housing prices are high because that's the liberal leftist socialist system. They use zone restrictions. They put tech jobs in the city center. They put the bureaucrat jobs in the city center. They make the city center astronomically expensive, like say San Francisco. And then the house prices are astronomical. The liberals love it because they get crazy property taxes. They'll get 10,000 property tax per house in that system. They'll make the house prices astronomical with zone restrictions, with massive immigration, out of control immigration. House prices then get astronomical. Liberals love it because then they get like 10,000 property tax per house. All right, that's their system. And then the liberals, these liberals in big government making 200,000 salaries, getting 150, 200,000 pensions, just making massive amounts of money off those property taxes. See, that's why they want the house prices to be sky high, because then they get sky high property taxes. That's their liberal leftist system. That's why they support massive immigration. That's why they support the zone restrictions. That's why they support, stopping development, stopping houses, condo towers from being built, because that way the house prices go up because there's less supply. So if demand is higher because of immigration and supply is less because of zone restrictions, then the house prices skyrocket, which is the liberal leftist system, because then they get higher property taxes. And then the liberal leftists in government, their salaries go sky high with all those extra property taxes that they bring in. That's their system. They do it all over the place. And basically there's two groups of people right now. All right, there's two groups of people. Let me just make sure the camera's still working because sometimes it shuts off. All right, camera's still on. Let me just see how much minutes we got. All right, we're going pretty good. All right, so basically, there's two systems right now, folks. Two groups of people, two systems, two groups of people. One is the liberal leftist socialist system. One is the conservative libertarian nationalist system. And there's two types of people. On the liberal side, the liberal leftist, globalist, socialist, big government side, you basically have two types of people. You have the controllers, the filthy rich billionaire elites, the multi-millionaire elites that own multi-million-dollar houses in California. They're the controllers. All right, they benefit off the liberal, socialist, globalist, corporatist system. And then you have just a dirt poor underclass of people on welfare, people on food stamps, people smoking their crystal meth pipes, smoking their crack pipes. There's just a massive underclass. And that's pretty much what the Democrat socialist system is. All right, and that's their side, okay? Just a massive impoverished underclass of crack smokers and crystal meth smokers and poor people on welfare and food stamps and living in micro studios and one-bedroom apartments, renters for life. That's part of the Democrat Party. And then part of the Democrat Party is obviously the filthy rich elites. And then there's some middle class people as well, but not too many. All right, and then you look at the other side, the conservative, nationalist, libertarian side, and that's pretty much the Republican side, and that's pretty much like your middle class. That's your small business owner, your farmer, your rancher, families, people that basically go to work, make money, own a small house, have a family. That's the conservative side. And that's basically what we're seeing right now. And the thing is, the Democrats, the socialists, the liberalist, the globalist, the corporatist, the way they benefit is by destroying the family, by making you single, by making you celibate. So you're living in a micro studio, so you're working 70 hours a week. That benefits the corporations. That benefits the corporations when you're working 70 hours a week. And then you're living in a micro studio. And that's how it is in Seattle. That's how it is in San Francisco. All right, that's how it is. It's a total scam. It's like a cult. You go to San Francisco, you go to Seattle, it's like a cult. The liberal leftist system, it is like a cult. All right, these people are like in a cult where they think they're the nice people and they think liberalism is nice. And they're working 70 hours a week and they're living in a tiny little micro studio, 220 square foot prison cell apartment like in San Francisco or Seattle. It's just such a scam. It's such a scam. It's such a scam. And then you look at the conservative side, and you got people that are middle class and living single family houses, going to work. That's the conservative side. You look at a lot of these liberal leftists in San Francisco, Seattle, and they work 70 hours a week. They make the corporations rich, and at the same time, they're single, they're lonely, they're living in their micro studio, they're living in their one-bedroom apartment, they're paying astronomical rents. The entire system's a scam. And then these people, they just virtue signal about how great they are, about how liberal leftists they are. They'll go to the restaurants 3-4 days a week, but then they'll never take a vacation. They'll go to a Chinese restaurant one night. These liberal leftists, these yuppies, these techies in San Francisco, Seattle, they'll go to 3 restaurants a week. They'll go to a Chinese restaurant. They'll go to a Thai restaurant. They'll go to a restaurant having some Alaska king crab, some Alaska king salmon. They'll go to another restaurant, like a Latino restaurant, and have some, tacos and burritos, and they'll go to 3 or 4 different restaurants every week. But the reality is they'll never take vacations. They only take one vacation per year for a week, and then they leave 1 week on the table because they're work martyrs and they work 70 hours a week, and they only take 1 vacation per year. So they'll never go to Mexico, to Acapulco, they'll never go to Latin America, they'll never go to Costa Rica, see the jungle, see the rainforest, see the beautiful sandy white beaches. They'll never actually take vacations to these beautiful, wonderful places. All right, they'll never actually go to Alaska and go into the wilderness and see the beautiful mountains and the glaciers. They'll never actually go to Asia and see the beautiful temples of Angkor Wat. I'm just giving you some examples. These people are just virtue signalers. All right, they go to the restaurants, they live their life, they work 70 hours a week, they're stuck in 2-hour traffic jams, they pay $1 million for a tiny little house in Seattle, San Francisco, they pay $1 million, $2 million in San Francisco, $2 million in San Francisco, and they just virtue signal about how wonderful they are, about how liberal leftists they are. In reality, all they do is work 70 hours a week, make the corporations rich, make the big government socialists rich with the astronomical taxes they pay, and then they never even have a good life, because they only take 1 vacation per year for 1 week, and that's their vacation, and that's all they do. They're a joke, man. They're a freaking joke.